I see a couple of people telling me that I should stop, that I should try a different method, but I can't, because I'm blessed and I'm cursed. With great power comes great responsibility. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming was an instant classic, and it is my favorite Spider-Man of all time now. Tom Holland, congrats, man. You did a great job on that movie. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. That was some great, good acting you and Robert Downey Jr. did. I love it. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do the Spider-Man Homecoming review. Okay guys, so the movie comes on and Michael Keaton, the Vulture, he has a drawing that little kid did of the Avengers when the New York invasion came. So he was looking at it and he was like, man, times is changing, ain't it? So him and his crew was looking for alien stuff. They were scrapping it and keeping it for themselves. But later on, a white lady came and was talking about, you can't take these, you can't take this, and if you want to take it up to somebody, take it up to the higher power. And Michael Keaton said, who is the higher power? And it was Iron Man and Damage Control. Seen on the news, they got mad, so he was like, you know what, the world is changing, we ought to change with it. 8 years later, they worked on the alien tech and created weapons of their own, and also created Vulture, which is Michael Keaton, and Shocker. And let me see, and after that, there's a video of Peter Parker showing the trip what he did when he went to the Civil War and fighting Captain America and all that. And him and Iron Man shared an intimate moment in the limousine. He was saying that you're not officially an Avenger yet, so yeah, you got to work on that. Yeah, you can keep the suit, by the way. And he told him, like, you just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll call you. Don't call us, we'll call you. And he was leaning in to open the door, and Spider-Man reached to hug him. We thought he was hugging him, but Iron Man was like, no, I'm just getting the door for you, it's not a hug. He said, take care, kid. So 2 months later, Spider-Man didn't hear nothing from him, but he was blowing up Happy Hogan's phone and waiting on his next assignment. Went to school, his buddy Ned, you know, blase, we're gonna fast forward. He comes into, he's he's Spider-Man. He put the suit on and he's in the neighborhood helping out, just waiting for some action to come, but you know, it's not really action and happening, no crime stuff. Spider-Man, he was just waiting, and now it was nighttime, and now he see 4 bad guys going into the bank, trying to steal the money out the bank. So he sweeps in the action, beat up the bad guys, which was fake Avengers. It was Michael Keaton's team. That's who he beat up. And actually, they used the Shocker weapon and blew up the other side of the market on the other side of the street. Yeah, they blew that up. And Spider-Man went over there to check on his buddy that works there, and everything was all right. And it was all on the news the next day. Oh, let me get to this part. Spider-Man, when he went home that same night, he tried to be inconspicuous. He went in his room, crawled on the ceiling, real stuck-like, and then closed the door. He turned around, his buddy Ned right there. I called him. He was like, "You're the Spider-Man." He was like, "No, I'm not." He said, "Yes, you are. You was on the ceiling." He said, "No, I wasn't." So he knows he's Spider-Man, and ever since he knows he's Spider-Man, he could not stop running his mouth about Spider-Man. He just could not stop running his mouth. He blabbing on about Spider-Man, and he kept him asking the questions. Spider-Man was like, "Not now." And it was just a mess. Liz, they was in the gym, and Liz had a crush. They overheard her having a crush on Spider-Man. When Tom Holland and Zed both looking, they was like, "Dude, here's your chance." And then all of a sudden, Ned with his big mouth, "Peter knows Spider-Man." We all was like, "What the freak? Why would you say that?" But anyway, And then now that he knows Spider-Man, she's having a party, and they wanted Peter to invite Spider-Man. So at the party, Peter, he was there for about 3 seconds, then he left and tried to change to his Spider-Man costume and make a grand entrance. But while he was doing that, he seen a big blue explosion. So he went to the big blue explosion instead. It was Michael Keaton's crew again. He was selling the guns. He tried to sell the guns to Michael Gambino that was in the movie. He tried to sell it to him because Michael Gambino was like some type of gangster in the movie, or, you know, drug lord or whatever. Yeah, he tried to sell it to him, but Spider-Man, he seen it. When Spider-Man was there, was looking at the action, his phone went off. When his phone went off, there was like, wait, is you trying to set us up? So the black dude like pulled a gun out on Michael Childish Gambino, that's his name, on Childish Gambino, and all of a sudden Spider-Man swooped down. He said, hey, if you're gonna shoot anybody, try to shoot at me. So he drew the attention off him, and he was fighting Michael Keaton's crew. So while they was fighting, they called Vulture. They was like, Vulture, we need your help. So Vulture came and swing into action. He got Peter by the leg and went straight up in the air. And Peter, he couldn't defend himself. So the suit actually, his red emblem on the back, his red spider emblem on the back started blinking, and his parachute went out. So his parachute went open and he went straight into the pond. But his parachute was all tangled around him. He couldn't get out the water. But luckily, this guy, Iron Man, he came up and got him out the water and placed him on the playground while they was talking. But really, his suit saved him. Iron Man wasn't in the suit. He was overseas at a party somewhere talking to Peter. So that's like a new gadget he invented, which is good. And yeah, he was telling him, yeah, what are you doing, man? He was like, you know what? No, why can't you just be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? You don't go looking for trouble. Just stay out of trouble, and when the next mission comes, I'll call you. All right. And after that little scuffle, they went back to school the next day, and he had a power crystal, and they was working on power crystal. But one of Michael Keaton's crew, he's the Shocker now. The Shocker, I'm calling him Shocker. The Shocker went to the school trying to look for the explosive that he took. Could not find it. Peter still had it, and now, oh yeah, and before they went out of the school, Peter spun a spider. He put a little spider tracker on the Shocker so he could follow his every move, which they found that he was going to Washington, D.C. Once he went to Washington, D.C., he was wondering how he was going to go to Washington, D.C., and he later on remembered that his team, his Beta Club team was going to Washington for a competition, so that was his chance to go to Washington. So they in Washington now, and Spider-Man, like, he was following them, and he said, why would they secret lair be in Washington, D.C.? So he followed them, and he went into the truck. They was trying to kidnap a truck that had weapons on it, so Vulture screamed down onto the truck. Spider-Man was right after him, and they had like this kind of matter, this type of matter field that can go through anything. So Vulture was in the truck, and then Peter Parker went down in the truck, and he was fighting Vulture. All of a sudden, the matter thing, he tried to jump out. Vulture jumped out of the truck using the matter thing, but when Peter tried to jump out, he took the matter off, so he just bumped his head into the truck and had a mild concussion. Then when he woke up in a big old warehouse that he had time getting out until Karen, his suit. Yeah, another thing, Karen, when he was at the party, he put on his suit, and all of a sudden Karen started talking to him. That's like the Jarvis of Iron Man. Karen is the Jarvis of Spider-Man. So she started talking to him and stuff while he was in the warehouse. He tried to find a way to get out, so Karen helped him get out of the warehouse. When he got out of the warehouse, he had to hurry up and speed to the competition where they was, because not only was he running late, he had to warn them about that crystal that they had, that little power source they had. It's a bomb, and Ned had it in his pocket. So when he finally got there, it was too late. They was on an elevator going up, and all of a sudden the crystal started to it started to like erupt because radiation hit it. They said once radiation hits that thing, it starts to erupt. So radiation hit it and it exploded. Like it exploded, not explode the elevator, but it just made the elevator drop until Peter, he had to climb all the way up to that pin, that little pointy tower in Washington D.C. He had to climb all the way up there just to get in there and save the elevator from going down. So he went in the elevator and he spun his web and he was upside down trying to pull the elevator back up to save them. And everybody got out except for Liz. Liz, like, the web broke and Liz, she fell down into the elevator. But while the elevator was going down, Peter, he was on the outside of the elevator looking in, and he spun his web to catch Liz before the elevator even dropped. So he got her, saved her, and all that good stuff. And that was Washington D.C. Came back home. What happened after that? What happened after that? Oh, next day he was in school. He was getting mad props, but nobody didn't know it was him. He was getting mad props for saving Washington D.C. and stuff, but really he was just thinking about getting the bad guys. So he went back into his after school, went back to his apartment. Him and Liv was just thinking about where they're going to strike next, or what to look for next. And I think they told him about the Childish Gambino. Told him about where he was. Oh no, this what happened. He went back to his apartment and he put on his spider suit, and Karen, he was talking to Karen. Karen was talking to him, and they was like, you know what, we need some leads. Can you pull up the crime scene? So he pulled up the crime scene where Shaka and Michael Childish Gambino, I don't know why I call him Michael Childish Gambino was. So he was like, you know what, let's go see where Childish Gambino is. So they got his location. He went there and tried to interrogate him, but he did a real bad job at interrogating. Cause one, he had like an interrogation mode on his suit, which made his voice real deep, deeper than Batman's voice, and it was kind of awkward and creepy at the same time. And Childish Gambino, like, really, you never done this before, have you? And then the Spider-Man just gave up. He said, you know what, this is stupid. I'll just, never mind, I even came. But Childish Gambino, he was like, I like what you did. You came in front of me and was like, if you want to shoot anybody, shoot me. That's dope. So he gave him some insight on the bad guys, where they was gonna be at. They was on a carrier. They was on a boat, like harboring around, through New York City around the Statue of Liberty. So when Peter got there, he beat up the bad guys, and his little spider emblem is actually a little monitor. It's a little drone, which I thought that was cool. And his little drone was scoping out the place and everything, giving him some insight. And he went in there, beat up the bad guys, and all of a sudden he seen Vulture. He was about to go get Vulture until the FBI came. The FBI came and messed everything up, and all of a sudden Vulture had time to change into his costume and destroyed everything that was in his way, including Spider-Man and the boat. So when he destroyed the boat, he tore it down in half. The boat then started to split open. Oh yeah, another side note. While he was on the boat, like trying to see what was going on, try to scope out the whole boat, Iron Man called him. He called him during the spying. He was like, kid, congratulations on Washington D.C. I admit, I'm impressed. He was like, I admit, I didn't think you can pull it off. Then Spider-Man like, oh, not now, Mr. Stark, I gotta go. I'm doing homework. He's like, wait a minute, don't you interrupt me while I'm talking to you. And then he was like, what's that in the background? Don't sound like homework to me and stuff. And then he just hung up on Iron Man. And then now, fast forward to where the boat was splitting open. The boat was splitting in half, and all of a sudden Karen aided him into putting the boat back together. She pointed out all the damaged structures that was damaged, and so he webbed up all of the damaged ones and then like tried to stick it together so the boat didn't split open, which it worked for a little bit. Then all of a sudden she was like, congratulations, Peter. Karen, congratulations, Peter, you are 98% completed fixing the boat. He was like, only 98%? And then all of a sudden, this one black dude was like, Spider-Man, yeah! And then all of a sudden, the boat split open. It split back open. There's Spider-Man was like, no, oh gosh. So he spun both wheels on each side, he tried to keep it together, but he could only keep it together so far before the boat was splitting him in half. And all of a sudden, that guy again, Iron Man, he came out of nowhere, and he was like, don't look like you're doing any homework to me. So he pushed the boat back together with him and his little drone buddies helped him push the boat back together. He was fixing it up, and then Spider-Man, he was so excited to see Iron Man. He was like, Iron Man, Mr. Stark, what should I do? What do you need me to do, Mr. Stark? And Iron Man was like, you did more than enough. So later on, they went to a secluded area. Iron Man met up with Spider-Man, and he was like, what did you do back there? That was totally careless. He said, what was you thinking? And then him and Spider-Man was getting into a little heated argument, and all of a sudden, Iron Man was like, I gotta take the suit back. He was like, no, Mr. Stark, please don't take it back. I'm nothing without the suit. Iron Man was like, if you're nothing without the suit, you shouldn't have it at all. So he took the suit back. Spider-Man then had no clothes, but Iron Man gave him some supply clothes. Then he got back to his apartment, and May met him. It was like, she was blowing up his phone too, because she was so worried about him. So he was like, yeah, I lost the internship with Tony Stark, aka Spider-Man suit. So he lost the internship, and after that, what happened after that? What happened after that? Oh yeah, the next day at school, and here's another thing too. I liked how they did that too. When he lost his suit, that means basically he lost his powers. Not his natural power. He just lost his full ability powers that the suit gave him. I like that. That's reminiscent off of Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2, because when he didn't have the suit back, that his life got back to normal like how it did in Spider-Man 2. And then everything was going good. He saw Liz in the hallway, asked her out to the prom. She said yes. So he got spiffed up. He asked Aunt May to help him out with the tuxedo and everything else, and dancing and everything. So yeah, everything was going. He was all dressed up and went to her house, about to knock on the door. As soon as he rung the doorbell, Liz's dad came to the door. The only twist was Liz's dad is the Vulture. That shocked everybody in the movie theater. That shocked everyone, man. When we found out that Liz's dad was the Vulture, we was like, oh shit. So basically Liz, the Vulture didn't know Peter was Spider-Man at first, until Spider-Man started acting weird around him and the family. And he was in the car, they was talking to him, it was getting awkward because Peter was so nervous and everything. And all of a sudden the Vulture was like, I heard your voice from somewhere. Don't I know you from somewhere? Then all of a sudden Liz was like, yeah, you know him, at my school, he came to the party. And then he was like, yeah. He said, yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Then all of a sudden she was like, yeah, you been there, but you ain't been there for long because you kept on disappearing on us you kept disappearing in a party, and you disappeared in Washington, D.C. That was Liz told Peter. Then all of a sudden Michael Keaton, he started thinking, and he was like, yeah, I seen that. Your buddy Spider-Man, he came and saved everybody. And then he was like, yeah, Spider-Man, he's a cool guy. He said, yeah, good old Spider-Man. That's what Vulture said. Then that's basically he realized that he was Spider-Man. So when they pulled up to the homecoming dance, her dad was like, Liz, let me talk to Spider-Man right quick. So they was in the car alone for a brief moment, and then he turned around with a gun and saying, he was like, yeah. He said, I know who you are, kid. Does Liz know? He was like, does she know what? And he was like, good, she don't know. And he was like, let me tell you something. I'm giving you a chance right now to save your life. He was like, stay out of my business before I kill you, because I'll do anything to keep my family safe. So he said, I'll kill you and everybody you love, so do not mess in my business. Don't be in my business, or I'll kill you and everybody you love. So he was like, are we clear? And he was like, yes sir, we are clear. Then he was like, Vulture was like, I can save your life, son. Then he was like, now go in there and show my daughter a good time. So he went in there all nervous. The music was so intense. Everything was so intense. The music, he couldn't think straight because now he knew that the Vulture is Liz's father. So he went to the party. He saw Liz. Liz was like, what's wrong? What did my dad say? Then all of a sudden Peter, he was like, I'm sorry, Liz, I can't do this. He was like, and then he left, ran into the school. Actually, he ditched her. He ditched her at the homecoming dance, and he ran into the hallway, into his locker, and then got his web shooter. He got his web shooter and his costume, and he ran out to school where the buses were. But definitely met Shocker. Shocker was beating him up for a little bit until Ned came in to save the day with a little web shooting of his own. He seen a web shooter that was on the ground that Shocker knocked Peter Parker off with. So Ned got it, picked it up, and shot Shocker with it. So he shot Shocker, and that's when Peter got the advantage, and then webbed up Shocker and went after Michael Keaton. So once he went after Michael Keaton, and also Peter, he told Ned to get on the phone and call Happy Hogan, and Tony Stark let him know what's going on and let him know who the Vulture is. So when Peter Parker went and confront Vulture, he was like, give it up, Vulture, you're done. So that's when Vulture's wingsuit came out of nowhere and tried to, well, actually he didn't even try to hit Peter. He just went and knocked down the building around him. Peter was like, are you serious? You know you didn't hit me, right? He was like, yeah, I noticed that. I wasn't trying to hit you. That was the thing about it. So the building came down on him, and then Vulture went and tried to, that's another thing too. The Vulture and his crew, next thing they was gonna do was go and kidnap Iron Man's Avengers aircraft, because it had a whole bunch of alien tech for the Incredible Hulk, Captain America, and Thor on there too. So they went and tried to kidnap that. So while the Vulture went out and tried to kidnap that, Peter Parker, he was trapped under the building. Once he was trapped under the building, he actually needed help. He was crying, needed help, because he was defenseless. He didn't have his suit. Then all of a sudden, he seen a puddle of water and seen a reflection of himself. That's when he started to get motivated. That's when he started to get strong. He's like, come on, Peter, you can do this. So he got out of the rubble and went after Vulture. He was behind Vulture. He spun his web and was flying behind Vulture the whole time while Vulture was in the air. They went all the way up in the air too, and they was on the plane. Once Vulture got to the plane, he used that matter, got in there, and was trying to go through Iron Man's weapons. But that's when Spider-Man went in there, and well, he seen Spider-Man from the outside. Then he went back on the outside, was fighting him. They destroyed the plane. The plane was going down until Spider-Man, he spun his web and tried to steer the plane, because one of the engines failed. Once he did it, he steered the plane from falling. He actually made it turn. I was like, oh shit. Spider-Man made the plane turn. He was guiding it out of people's way, and it crash landed into a carnival. That's when that's when Peter Parker and the Vulture, that's when they was fighting each other. Vulture was getting the upper hand until he seen Iron Man's his reactor that be in his chest, until he seen all of them sprayed down on the ground. So he saw that Peter, and he tried to take it, but then Spider-Man seen it. He was like, no, they'll kill you. So he tried to save him. He tried to come down. He tried to bring the reactor down, and him with it, because if he didn't, it would have killed him. So he brought him down. And once the Vulture fell, he hit the reactors, and it blew up. But he didn't die though. Peter Parker, he saved him from the rubble. He put him right there. They were looking at each other, and then Peter was like, yeah. So he webbed them up, and that's when Happy Hogan and everybody else came. Happy Hogan seen them and webbed up, and Peter left a note right there. He was like, I captured the Vulture, and here's all Iron Man stuff. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. That's how he left it. And after that, what happened after that? Oh yeah, after that, next day in school, he seen Liz. Liz was moving because of her father is hold for trial now since he got caught. They're moving to Oregon, and then Peter, he went to talk to her and was like, Liz, I'm so sorry about ditching you last night. And then she was like, you are so sorry. He said, you always apologizing. What you apologizing for this time? He apologized for leaving her, ditching her at the dance. And she was like, yeah, that was a really rude thing to do. Then she was like, you know what, Peter, whatever's wrong with you, I hope you figure it out. And that's when she left off. And then Peter was emotionally upset. And then he went to the bathroom because Happy Hogan was calling him. Well, texted him and said meet him in the bathroom. So they met in the bathroom. Then Happy Hogan, he had to admit, he had to thank him. So he thanked them for saving his ass on that one, because he looked, when he got this job, everything changed his whole life with Iron Man, Happy Hogan. So he thanked Peter Parker for saving his ass, and he was like, is Iron Man in there? Because they was in the bathroom. Is Iron Man in one of the stalls? He was like, no, Iron Man's not in there. He's upstate, and he's actually waiting for you. So Happy Hogan drove Peter Parker up to Iron Man's new Avengers tower. It's not even a tower. It's like a facility. He drove him to Avengers facility. Peter Parker was awesome and shock and awe. He was enjoying the place. And then Iron Man, he was like, there he is. There's the kid. And then Iron Man put his arms around him. He's like, Hogan, I need a few minutes alone with the kid. So that's when Iron Man was talking to him. He was like, congratulations, man. You did it. Like, you really saved my ass back there. And yeah. So what he offered him something. He was like, there are 50 news people behind that door back there waiting for a press conference. So I want you. So I was wondering how good of an asset you'll be for the team. And then our Spider-Man was like, wait, did you say team? And he's like, yes, I said team. And he opened up the wall in the back. What came up was a brand new Spider-Man outfit he created. Not this one, not the one he already had. It was a fucking amazing, even better looking Spider-Man costume for this one. I mean, yeah, it looked even better than this one. So what I think is that costume is going to be in the Avengers 3 and 4 that Spider-Man is going to have on. That's what I'm thinking. So Peter Parker was like, oh my God. He was so excited about the new costume he's seen and everything. He was so excited and elated. He was like, man. Then Tony was like, so, you ready? Yes or no? You want to be part of the team? And then Peter, he thought about it and was like, you know what? I think I'll be even better as a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So he turned down the offers. He said no. And then Iron Man was like, what? You said what? He said no. He said no. Are you sure? Final answer, yes or no? And then Peter was like, no. And he was like, okay. So he said, well, Happy Hogan will take you back home. And then he went back to the car, and that's when Pepper Potts, she came out. She said, where's the kid? And then he was like, well, he was here just now, but he's back in the car. He said, what? There's people out there. We need him now. And then he was like, yeah, and then that when Pepper said, what did you say to him? And then Iron Man said, I ain't say nothing. I just offered him the job. He turned me down, which was shocking to both of us. Can't believe he did that. He did a real mature move and turned us down. That's how he said. And then Pepper was like, well, great. What are we supposed to tell the press conference now? And then that when Iron Man said, well, I think I know what we can tell them. They said, Happy Hogan, do you have that thing that I gave you a while back? He was like, yes, I had this in my pocket since 2008. He was holding on to an engagement ring that Iron Man was going to propose to Pepper since 2008. So since the Iron Man movie came out, the first one, he been having that ring ever since then. But now he's just gonna just pull it out and now he's gonna propose to her. So okay, that happened. Then when when Spider-Man, he was walking out of the facility, going to the car, he was smiling. And then when Happy Hogan took him home, when he got back to his apartment, he went in his room and it was a bag on his bed. And then it reads, this is yours, by the way. Or it didn't say, this is yours, by the way. Or here, you're going to need this. Tony Stark. It said one of the two. And in the bag was his Spider-Man suit. He put it on. And he took off his mask looking in the mirror, but he did not see he did not see Aunt May behind him. Aunt May was like, what the fuck? And then that's when the movie ended. So the movie ended right there, and you know how we all do, Marvel fans. We waited to see the other scene behind the credits. So the scene behind the credits was when Michael Keaton was in prison, and he met this dude that Spider-Man already put in prison. He was like, I heard you heard some people's on the outside that can take the Spider-Man down, that can slit his throat. He was like, if I knew some people, do you think Spider-Man would be living right now? And then all of a sudden it just cut off. And yeah, that's the Spider-Man movie. I know I didn't explain it the best, but I explained it the way that I just tried to explain it. But that's all I remember about the movie last night. It was a great ass movie. I encourage everybody to go check it out, man. That was a great movie. Spider-Man, that's my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time right now. Just couldn't go wrong. Oh yeah, and another thing. It was one scene that they showed in the trailers that they did not show in the movies. I did not see it in the movies. And I was looking at the movies the whole time. Yeah, that one right there. They did not show that scene. They did not show that scene at all in the movies. But hey, I don't know. When the DVD comes out, it might come out in the movies when the DVD comes out. But I mean, like, the scene might be on the DVD once the movie comes out. But anyway, Spider-Man, I give it a 10 stars. 10 out of 10. Y'all go see that movie. It's definitely worth the money. And I think it's real better than Wonder Woman 2 that I've seen previous. Yes, Tom Holland, good job. Ron Downey Jr., Ron, whatever his name is, Downey Jr., good job. Y'all did an amazing job. So up next is, well, actually it's Justice League, I think, or Thor Ragnarok. 1 and 2 is up next. But yeah, that has been my movie review. Post your comments down below. Let me know if y'all want to go check this movie out or not. If y'all enjoyed my movie review, hit the like button, subscribe, and share, please. 3 million subscribers. I'm out of 7,000. Peace.